Hey guys, Super Rugby Pacific Round 11 is wrapped up. Super Round is over, and what a round it was. A lot of the results kind of going the way we expected in every match, but there was such a good feeling about it because New Zealand finally has a new covered-in stadium. The vibes were immaculate, as the kids say, but this recap video, it is about the fantasy competition. The points are now locked in. There was a lot on the line for fantasy players this round. There was a $2,500 prize for the top scorer for this one round only. So everybody was going all in with their picks, dropping the boosters. I'll be showing you guys how my team went, as well as later on in the video looking at our league, seeing what your guys' decisions were. We'll also take a look at the overall leaderboard, see who the winner was for this round, what they decided to do. I'll also be commenting on some player performances here and there, just noting anything that might be useful for us going forward into future fantasy rounds. Anyway, let's jump right into it. And for this round, for me, 690 points. Would be a good round any other week, but kind of disappointing round score when you've used your triple booster, and probably not going to be anywhere near winning the big prize, the $2,500. The big decision I made this week was putting my triple booster on Macca Springer. Came away with 144 points, only a base score of 48 though, which is a little bit disappointing. When you use your triple booster, you're kind of hoping you get 60 at a minimum, and you're praying that you get one of those guys that are like 80 plus, possibly even 100. If you do that, I mean, that really just sets you up for the season. And obviously landing the triple booster on that top scorer from the round is also crucial just for winning the single round if you were chasing that cash prize. And look, the guy for that this week, the one and only, it was Flyhalf, 107 points, 4 tries, and I mean, yeah, like who else, right? I mean, Flyhalf, he was always a good option for triple captain. It really just came down to how well you thought the Hurricanes would go against the Brumbies, and they were heavy favorites. They were expected to win. They're looking pretty dominant at the moment, while the Brumbies, I mean, they've been on the slide for a few rounds now. For me personally though, I mean, I wasn't sure that the Brumbies would really be able to blow them away and put 50 on them. They basically were in the end getting 45 points, but it's I was thinking, you know, maybe it'll be like 35-40, something like that, but no, it was pretty dominant from the Hurricanes, and all the points went Fehi's way, as they often do when the Hurricanes do well. So and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people sort of slapped their triple booster on him as well. I mean, the guy's right up there in terms of fantasy point scoring, right, the highest average, and yeah, selected by 50% of people. So yeah, I imagine a lot of people did go that way, although there was a lot of other valid options this week as well. I mean, we had the Chiefs taking on the Endure, 44-22 in the end. The Endure actually held up pretty well in this game, to be honest. I was quite surprised, and as you can see, there's not a lot of Chiefs players. There's actually none at all in this top dozen or so point scorers for the round. And out of the Chief players, I had Mackenzie, Tupaia, Leroy Carter. Pretty underwhelming for a matchup where they are overwhelming favorites, right? I mean, you're usually not mad about your 10 and a midfielder getting 50 and 40, but you'd be expecting more in a match like this. And Leroy Carter as well, 34 points. That's another disappointing score from him, which yeah, that's 4 weeks in a row now, or possibly even longer. He's been kind of underwhelming. So Yeah, pretty disappointing there, to be honest. And these were guys who I was seriously considering using my booster on as well. But no, I was really banking heavily on the Crusaders, really rising to the occasion and potentially breaking the Waratahs and putting a big score on them. But that did not happen at all. 35-20 in the end, which honestly I feel like does flatter the Crusaders a little bit. Again, we just saw the same problems that they've had for large parts of the year, especially recent weeks. Just some really kind of loosey-goosey, sloppy stuff. Lots of turnovers, just not a lot of cohesion for long periods. And I mean, they got a little bit fortunate as well. I mean, the Tars, they had guys go to the bin on a couple of different occasions, which really just put the Crusaders at advantage for large parts of the game. And just like the Waratahs, they were definitely in this one, considering, right? So pretty underwhelming stuff from the Crusaders for me. Another interesting thing that happened though was that Dallas McLeod, he got moved forward off the bench to replace Sevu Reece and actually got to start on the wing. And I did actually hear this news about half an hour before the game, and I was seriously considering bringing McLeod. And you always got to take it seriously when a midfielder gets put onto the wing. And I kind of talked myself out of it a bit. I was thinking, well, he's probably going to get subbed now. They're probably not going to work his wing too much. They're going to prefer Macca Springers because he's the actual winger. And McLeod, like he doesn't really have that winger place. Like can't imagine him being like a strong finisher, but no, he did really well. 74 points, 2 tries, lots of defenders beaten. Look at that. Like, what's that? 11 defenders beaten. So he went really well. Wouldn't have made that much difference for me. I would have brought him in for Proctor instead. Only 10 points different in the end there. But interesting thing to note that the trend continues of the Crusaders scoring a lot of tries on that right wing. Like we've seen Fihaki do really well on that wing as well, more so than Sevu Reece. And that's something I'm just kind of noting going forward. I mean, maybe when we like the Crusaders, we just stick with whoever is on the right wing. There was some other interesting stuff as well, looking at the top round scorers. Daniel Sinkinson, he ended up doing pretty well, getting a start for the Chiefs on the wing. All the points sort of went his way. Just a lot of line breaks. Sid Harvey had yet another very strong performance. 81 points, second for the round. Only one try in there. And Jorgo was starting at fullback this week. And I think that we saw that kind of hurt him, and it kind of helped Harvey. So, very impressive again from Harvey in a losing performance. And he remains another top tier pick, possibly even eclipsing Jorgo, which is not something I would have picked from the start of the season. Corey Toole managing another pretty good score in a losing effort as well. Only one try in there. Jock Campbell turned it pretty big. This Blues versus Reds game kind of surprised me a bit. I mean, I expected it to be close, but I expected it to be more of an arm wrestle as well. And it kind of was, but there was still a lot of tries scored as well, right? And Jock Campbell, he's never been a massive fantasy point scorer, but when the conditions are right, he's already shown he can put those big scores on as well. He was quite good last year. So another big performance for him, and kind of outshined Dalgunu a bit as well. Morby had a pretty good game, as you would probably expect for another winger at the Hurricanes. But we got a couple of Moana players showing up, Glenn Vaihu and Willie Havili. I think Havili ended up switching into 10 after Pellegrini just got completely knocked out cold. very good effort considering no tries scored. Only got one conversion as well. So, yeah, very good player, Willie Havili, even though he hasn't been a good pick this year. Nice to see him get a good score. We got Zahn and Cole Forbes showing up again just because, yeah, that Blues versus Reds games, like there was actually a decent amount of tries being scored there. And Tava Nawai, I did kind of pick him to do well this week. I figured he would get the best score he's going to get all year in this game. I did have him pick initially, but switched off him. And yeah, it's just the thing with Tava Nawai is he just gets so many points out of these like defenders beaten, but he doesn't score a lot of tries, right? Because he's always in traffic. So yeah, he doesn't get to rack up those juicy tries and line breaks and try assists and stuff like that that get you the big scores. This game, he did get a lot of line breaks though, and that's what really gifted him his best score. But even then, 58 points, yeah, kind of still a bit underwhelming for the best you're probably going to do all year. So I think it was the right call to kind of get away from him. I went for Proctor because I figured Proctor had a higher ceiling, and he definitely proved that. A couple more Highlanders picks that I had. I mean, Lennox and Lasanga. I mean, this Highlanders game didn't quite go how I expected. I mean, I expected the Highlanders to do better. I didn't expect them to go out there and put 50 points on Moana like the strongest teams in the competition have. But yeah, I thought they would do better still, especially with a better functioning lineup. And kind of didn't happen, right? This game was just a real struggle, a real battle, and yeah, that's kind of just where the Highlanders are at now, right? They're really just not that good. But Lennox still did all right in the end, 39 points. I got lucky because he got shifted out to the wing instead of getting subbed off, and then he got a try from that position. And because Roygaard did kind of poorly this week in terms of fantasy, then yeah, this is a area where I think I gained some real points on the competition. But the Sanger was another pick of mine. Quite a poor result, only 15 points. He was very involved in that game, but yeah, just because the Highlanders, they were so clunky, and yeah, they weren't carving it up. The opportunities just didn't go his way, and I mean, the rest of the back row didn't do so well either. Tupo Taialoa had a big barnstorming run, but yeah, otherwise didn't really manage to convert much out of it. Pete Samu, I banked on because I thought, I mean, he's pretty solid anyway, but I thought he might step up against his old team. And also, he actually has a lot of turnovers this year. And the Crusaders, I mean, they've conceded a lot of turnovers at the ruck as well, more than anyone else in the competition. So thought that might create some opportunities for him, but it did not. No turnovers came through. So pretty underwhelming from the back row. Dunes did well yet again, definitely one of the form locks of the competition, picking up a couple of line-out steals. I think he is top for line-out steals in the competition as well. So yeah, he remains very, very strong option. And Tupo Vai, another poor score from him, and yeah, he hasn't scored very well at all, especially in these sort of easier games like against Drua and Moana, and yeah, he's not posting good scores. Not a lot happened in the front rows. I went with Cody Taylor. I imagine a lot of people did. 42 points. Can't be too mad about that. And just some comments about some other performances that I noticed. In the midfield, obviously, we had Waianga Nuku moving into the back row out of the midfield, and yeah, had a pretty good performance, right? Extremely busy, extremely high work rate. Got a try, got 46 points for his efforts. Honestly, I didn't think moving to the back row from the midfield would help him a lot, but I didn't think it would hurt him a lot either. It really just didn't change a lot. It just gave him more access to the ball more often, and he basically just played the same way he normally does, which is go hard into contact, try and force the offload, get some tackle bust, and he had license to come in when the forwards are rolling their sleeves up and go for those kind of tries close to the line, which is the one that he converted. So I don't know if he's gonna stay in the in the back row. I mean, he could well do that, right? So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I guess going forward, if it does keep happening, it's just something you can sort of go to when, if you're not liking your options in the midfield, right? Like he's gonna be solid there, right? He'll probably be more consistent in the back row because he's gonna have more access to the ball, and he's not gonna be dependent on the Crusaders pack sort of doing well and controlling a lot of possession, so that he can get the ball coming to him in the backs. He kind of will get the opportunity to just sort of go after the ball himself and make plays for himself. So it will make him more consistent. But I mean, if you take away the try, right, it's not like an amazing score as well. But I mean, you could say that when he plays in the midfield as well. I think it might reduce his ceiling a little bit, actually. Like, he might be less able to get those massive, like 70-point hauls, that type of vicinity, because he's probably not going to be getting exposure to like line breaks and try assists in the same sort of way. But we'll see. It's definitely a interesting one to keep an eye on. Nothing really interesting happened at Flyhalf, except that Beauden Barrett did get a pretty good score, especially considering he didn't get a try. But yeah, Beauden, I mean, he's always been a solid option, right? It's just that he's still, there's still a big gap between him and McKenzie in terms of fantasy. At Flyhalf, there was some interesting stuff. Obviously, Roygaard did not do well this game. But one thing I did note is that Kuravali, I've been keeping an eye on him because he's been getting pretty good scores, right? He got that 45 points against the Brumbies last week with a try. Against the Force, only 15 points here, but this was off the bench with very limited minutes. And how that, on a minute-by-minute basis, his numbers were actually looking very good. And then this week, again, he got a try with the 30 points. He's currently on an average of 30. And the Drua, I mean, they have a lot of sort of soft matchups coming up, right? Like Landers, Waratahs, Western Force, where there's going to be more opportunities for them than usual. And I'm going to be keeping an eye on Kuravali, see if he gets any starts, because, by the numbers, he is actually looking very, very strong. So definitely one to be aware of going forward. And looking at the back rows, nothing terribly exciting, except Mick Wright did very, very well. Got a try, mountain of tackles, a line break here, and yeah, it's kind of gone back to old Mick Wright. Like, this is what we were waiting for. We were waiting for this moment where he would come back. Dalton Papali'i, 50 points as well with a try. Another very strong performance from him as well, up around that sort of 20 tackles area. Bunch of defenders beat him, which got him good points. So we always knew Papali'i was going to be a pretty good option. And in general, actually, I think I kind of missed the trick here with the forwards. I didn't have any Blues forwards this week, even though I've been quite happy picking Blues forwards for most of the year, right? Just because we do know they use those forwards a lot. They do score a lot of tries through their forwards. But I faded this Blues versus Reds game really hard because I thought it was an arm wrestle, and instead a lot of tries was scored. But even in an arm wrestle, right, like the forwards can still do pretty well. So probably should have been considering them a bit more than I did, to be honest. So definitely something to remember going forward. Another thing to note, Harry Wilson, another 40-point score for him. So yeah, wouldn't say he's back to the sort of form we saw out of him last year, but yeah, definitely good to see him trending in the right direction. And again with the locks, I mean, we see again Sam Darry put in another massive shift this game. 48 points without a try scored. The 2 line-out steals really pushing him up there. And yeah, he's been a pretty consistent performer all year. Put in another good one. He definitely would have been a good option for lock this week instead of Vi. So yeah, again, definitely should have given him some proper consideration. And with the hookers, I mean, again, right, we see another Blues man right up the top. Bit of a muchness though. You know, bunch of 40 to 50 point scorers here. So no one really blowing away the competition in that zone. And with the props, nothing exciting happening here either, right? No one really getting that far clear of the 30-point margin. Now let's take a look at our league for Super Round. And at the top, 744 points, we have J Group, a name I haven't seen before. So let's have a look and see what he did. Okay, there it is, the Flyhalf triple captain. That is the first thing that you want to see to have a real shot at winning the round overall. And looks like it did a lot of work for him because, yeah, didn't land in the rest of his outside backs. Leroy Carter and Ruben Love, both in the mid-40s, a bit disappointing. Went for Tupaya and stuck with Whainganuku in the midfield. Probably a very common combination, and can't really complain about it, to be honest. Had Roygaard, like a lot of people did, didn't work out. Back row, not really working out. Karifri, Satutu, and Satiti. I did actually think Satiti might go well this week because he has had pretty good stats minute by minute, and yeah, he was in line to get good game time this game, but yeah, didn't really happen, unfortunately. Did have Sam Darry, which worked out. Unfortunately, didn't have Warner Dunes though. Interesting to see a Ben Ake pick as well. Yeah, didn't work out much either. So yeah, did well with the Whainganuku pick, but just didn't really land anywhere else, right? Like you want to pick Whainganuku for your triple captain, but you're hoping you get one of the other guys in your outside backs that sort of went big as well. One of the like 60, 70 plus guys. And if you manage to get that, you know you're probably in contention. But still, won the round. Very good effort there. Second place of the OVDH, 734, not far behind. So okay, interesting. No booster here. Only just a regular captains. Oh no, we got co-captains. All right, co-captains, McKenzie and Tupaya. And yeah, I mean, before this round, I think that was perfectly valid options to go for, right? Pretty safe options with high upside potential, high ceilings. But again, right, the drawer, like the Chiefs, they didn't really, you know, tear them apart like we saw the Hurricanes do with the Brumbies. So yeah, but unfortunate on that one from perfectly fine decision making. I think did at least have Whainganuku in the backs. Also had Carter and Macca Springer like me, which yeah, didn't work out. Went for Tupaya and Taba Nawai, and yeah, I mean, look, 58 points, not that bad at the end of the day. Tupa Tailoa, Iose, Satiti. I do actually like these picks, right? But yeah, Satiti letting down the team a little bit. Warner Dunes and Darry, I like that. I expect to see that a bit more. Worked out perfectly. DeGroot, Newell, Taylor, pretty solid. Can't really complain about that, to be honest. So yeah, very good picks here, right? I like this team a lot, but just a bit unfortunate that yeah, the Chiefs didn't dominate as hard as you would hope they would. Next we got Fatu 727. What have we got? Okay, we got co-captains again, Fanyanga and Macca Springer. And yeah, again, can't really complain about this, right? When you're using the co-captains, you landed it on Fanyanga, that's half the equation. Unfortunately, yeah, Macca Springer, ball not really going his way, and yeah, Crusaders not really tearing up as hard as you would hope. Proctor into Pyre, that really worked out. Roigard didn't, can't be blamed for that. Signa, Lasanga, Tupatai lower, and yeah, I mean, this is the back row I had. Dropped Signa in the end because I thought he would get subbed. I think he did in the end, but didn't really help me that much. Had the same picks as me here as well. Tupa Vai, unfortunately not faring that well. So yeah, pretty good team here, right? Like, if you interested to know if you, I'm presuming you probably used your triple captain boost already. I'm just wondering if you had it, if you would have used it on Finning and Offo, because yeah, that really would have put you right up there, right? But next we have Gumbio 1 723. Okay, got the same setup as me here, and just had the co-captains Tupaia and Carter. And again, like, I think those are perfectly valid options, right? But just didn't fall your way, right? Like the Chiefs, they didn't really put the Drua to the sword and tear them apart. Hurricanes were the way to go this week, and yeah, it's kind of all it comes down to. Had the Bradley Slater pick though, did actually have a lot of Blues forwards, which is what I was saying earlier, something that I missed out on. And yeah, Darian Slater working out pretty well there. And we'll do one more Tangi Tau Fraud, just because I love that name. Gotta love having a genuine hater. Okay, interesting. We got a Radu Maitavuki Neatkins pick, and yeah, I thought he might go well this week, but again, we talked about it earlier. Landers not really dominating Moana. And yeah, Radu Maitavuki Neatkins just getting a pretty solid score, and he's been quite consistent in this sort of 50-point range all year. Okay, had the Sid Harvey pick. That is interesting. That is awesome, and that really worked out. Had Leroy Carter as well. Went for the Tava Nawai pick. Okay, worked out, to be honest. And went for the triple captain on DMAC. And yeah, I mean, you can't really argue with a DMAC triple captain, right? I mean, it's safe with high potential, but yeah, again, like, seems like a lot of people did kind of you know, were really keen to bet on the Chiefs to go big against the draw, but yeah, unfortunately it didn't quite work out. Had the McWright pick though, that one paid off. Went with Lachlan Shaw. Good performance with the props. Had Jared Profit, which really worked out. And actually, we'll do one more. We'll do I'm McWright, you're McWrong. See if he's actually got McWright. Oh, he does. Okay, that worked out pretty good. And another triple captain DMAC. But now I'm going off for Macca Springer and Dalgonu. Again, like, good options here. Went with the Alan Craig pick, which didn't work out, but I mean, not a big deal. And had the Signa pick as well. Okay, interesting stuff. Let's take a look at the overall leaderboard now for round 11, and it looks like the winner is Tim20 with 861 points. Oh, he's actually tied. He's tied with Mamoron. I wonder what the tiebreaker is here. Looks like this is a user that has just signed up specifically for this round as well, because his total points matches the round points. Okay, wow, interesting. So what happens? Do they split the prize? Why is this guy ranked 1 for the round and this guy 2? Is it doesn't appear to be alphabetical? Wow, okay. All right, well, let's look at both of these teams. We'll start with Tim Tam 20. Triple Captain Finianganofo, of course. I imagine everyone on the screen at the moment had the Triple Captain Finianganofo. And yeah, had Corey Toole. This is kind of what you needed, right? You needed the Triple Captain Finianganofo and one of the outside backs that was in like the top 5. And that's what we saw here. Because not a lot happening elsewhere, right? Dalgunu didn't do that good. Jordy Barrett, I mean, he was never really going to do that good, right? Because he's going to get subbed. Had Proctor. Had Bowden, worked out the same as D-Mac. Hotham. Okay, Dalton and McWright doing a bit of work here, actually, because wasn't really a lot of points in the back rows unless you had these guys. Durns, of course. Lockie Shaw, solid. Had Sanarebi, which kind of let him down a bit as well. Okay. So yeah, like not really spectacular picks here, but yeah, it's great picks in the back row that really paid off. And then again, yeah, the triple captain here and having one other big pick. So yeah, that's kind of that's always what was going to be what was required, right? Turns out that's definitely the case. So well done, Tim Tam 20. But now let's have a look at this one round guy. Took the big punt. And actually, if you look in this list, you can see a few one rounders, guys that have just kind of turned up, taken a punt, and come pretty close. I mean, it just kind of goes to show how much is sort of just luck of the draw, right? So let's take a look at Mamarum, triple captain Finianganofo, Mecca Springer, and Xavier Tito Harris. So didn't quite land in the other outside back picks. I was keeping an eye on Tito Harris because he's kind of fresh on the scene, right? I think this might have been his first start, and we know he's got pace, but yeah, not really getting much going because there just wasn't much going in that game. Proctor took player. D-Mac had the Lennox pick as well. Interesting. McWright, Satiti, and Signet. Yeah, don't have a problem with these picks. McWright, I mean, yeah, you needed either him or Dalton in that back row, right? Darian Durns, I mean, yeah, this was pretty big, and these were two very valid picks, right? So yeah, it feels kind of bad to miss out on Dari this week. Didn't get a lot in the props. Had Cody, but there wasn't much to be gained elsewhere in the hooker. So yeah, again, like we're seeing more of the sort of same sort of player picks, the good ones and the bad ones, right? So you didn't really need to land everything this week. It was just about getting that triple captain Finianganofo first and foremost. Got to take a look at a couple more of these sort of one round guys, see what they did. This guy on 836. Had Jorgo and Tool. Okay, so yeah. Wow, had Declan Meredith. Totally bombed. Had McWright and Papali'i though. Didn't have Derry. Interesting. James 67. Sid Harvey and Jorgo. The triple captain, of course. Yosei Parker, Faialangi, Lord. Yeah, a lot of these picks not really landing. And have we got any more? We got one more. Restauranti Kuntu. Vera Katameka Springer. Had the Tubba Nawai pick. Had Cam Miller. Wow. The rare Cam Miller pick. Probably the best time to pick him if you ever were going to. Signet and Dalton. Had Lakai, even though Lakai was coming off the bench. The Dari Durns combo. Yeah, interesting stuff. But I mean, as we can see, it was all about having that Finianganofo triple captain first and foremost. You were down to your co-captain. Unfortunately, there wasn't really a way to compete, to be honest. because I mean, even if you get the next cab off the rank as your captain, like Sid Harvey, you're not getting, you know, the same multiplier, right? So yeah, if you didn't have your triple captain this week, you were just kind of dead in the water, to be honest, in terms of having a shot at getting that big prize. Anyway, guys, that'll do it from me. Very fun round overall, though. I like this idea that they had to just do this one round only. Here's a big prize to spend it all, have a crack at it. You'd probably be a bit upset though if you'd already used your triple captain though. That's a little bit unfortunate to not really get the forewarning of this. So this is something we're going to have to keep in mind for next year. But let me know how you guys went. Interested to know if anybody in this league actually went for the triple captain Finianganofo. If you did, I mean, you would have been right in there, right? You would have been in there with a shot. But otherwise, hope you have a good rest of your week. Catch you a bit later for the best picks video for round 12, and I'll see you then. Bye.